EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and New Orleans Saints. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. There's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
4-7's the mic. 4-7's the mic. I got you. I got you. Easy, easy, easy. Check right 47.
Winston now. And Brate, the tight end's got it. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Here's Jones. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
First down, Winston. On Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA, with a sack.
It's second down.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where he, their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yep. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Saints, nothing. Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Come on. Deuce.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch it. Shift.
Throwing is Bridgewater. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Get ready.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From just shy of midfield, Bridgewater. And he will find his man on the outside. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
He can't hang. He's not going to get.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. Carl Nassib there on the tackle.
Good stop.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 14. At the Buccaneers, 40.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Bridgewater. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Joey Bosa. Credit him with his sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. 3rd and long for Bridgewater. And the pressure gets to him again. Joey Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Green, 58, boys, 58. Yeah. You don't want none. Let's go.
Jameis to throw it. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Flip. 58, come on. Come on. Hey, let's get down, play. Get down. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Watch the eye.
3rd and long for Winston. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And now look at him go. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, 96 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. So from back deep in their own territory all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
It's a gain. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 22-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. On the counter, here's Kamara. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
That's good for the Saints. First down.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Joey Bosa with the tackle for loss. How about that pedigree in his family?
Yeah, some good pedigree. Tell us about it, Mr. Davis.
Dad played in the NFL, first-round draft pick. Uncle was a first-round draft pick. He's got a brother coming behind him. But Joey Bosa, guy plays really, really hard and plays all aspects on defense.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And that'll make it third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Flip it. Easy. Hey, watch it. Patch it. Switch.
To throw, Winston. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10.
You got tight right there. Easy. Check. 36. White. Where we go?
Now Winston. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
White. Green, come on, team. Easy. Check three. 25. Check 25. Even. switch. Check nickel.
Throwing. Here as he's taken down. David Onyemata in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Watch out. Let him go. Watch twist. 58's the mic.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
He wasn't ready.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
At the 24-yard line.
Ready? Blue ready. Check, 47. 65. 65. Bang. Check. Watch twist.
Now a first down carry by Jones. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full streak. Check 13. Check. We go. Check. Come on. Stand back. Check. Let go.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Jumper. Switch. Let me go.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
A 36-yard attempt.
And Gay knocks this one through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. And they're throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Kamara, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Again, it's Kamara. And the Buccaneer defense for the 2nd straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
A 2-yard loss brings up 3rd and 17.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
From the gun, Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Taking it about the 16. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 42-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, just easy. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. Check. Let's go.
They'll go again to Jones. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Mighty, 125, 47, no chance. Easy, easy, easy. Sponge, no. Check.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Ready? Blue 80. Mike, 58, right there. Coming, baby, I'm coming. Easy. Check. Crunch. Slam.
Barber on 1st and 10. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 44-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the backer. Say. Green, triple C. Easy. We got motion. Back up. Check.
They'll stay on the ground with Barber. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Watch the twist. Kill. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Shit. Easy. Hey. Flip it. Here we go.
Winston gives to Barber. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Ball. Where do we go? 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Now watch one. Easy. He's checking.
On the counter, here's Jones. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Check the backer. Wait. Easy. Hey. Whip.
Again, it's Jones. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 14 yards there and a bucket. First down.
A gain of 14. First down, Tampa Bay.
Ready. Flag. Down to lose one. Out. Alert three. Easy. Motion to the backfield. 58.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it. They've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Green, come see. Wide. Check. Fresno. Here we go, even. Let us go.
On 2nd down, Barber. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
One receiver to the left is Evans. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Check. No. Hey, stop.
Winston going to get this out to Evans. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans with touchdown number 8 on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one. I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Looking long for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
The Saints on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. To throw is Bridgewater. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. He finds Corey Davis. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there,
Running with Kamara. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Dancing to his left. The ball comes out. And the Buccaneers have it.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th. Quarter here. And now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Saints' 42-yard line.
Black 25.
So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Bucs, the win is a good one for morale, but little else as they move to 3-8. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.